Has anybody else seen that showcase, that Xbox showcase, where they was going through their little selection of games that they got coming out, and they had some pretty promising games on there, like Doom and Gears of War, and I do love the Perfect Dark. When I first played that game, I remember playing it not too long ago when I was on Xbox. I may have to go back and play that again, but I got to get Xbox Live for that, and I don't have time for that. But through these huge selection of games that they had coming out, you could clearly see that this is a completely different circumstance of what we saw from PlayStation Showcase, from Xbox Showcase. And even though PlayStation pretty much had the same problem going on, they were showing numerous games from other different types of cultures and everything else. But Xbox didn't have that. They only had Western ideology in this. All of these games coming out is from the West. And through all those games, have you seen one woman who looked beautiful? Just give me your thoughts. Have you seen one woman who didn't have any strong features or had a manly physique or personality or aura around them that makes you go like, okay, this is a feminine woman? Well, if you didn't see any of it, that's because Xbox, already came out. There's only, I'm not putting it up, but you can look it up. But Xbox has it up there that they have this new guideline of what type of women you can put in your game. Now, if you know how any game system works, you cannot tell gamers or game developers, mind you, how their game is being created. They create the game and you publish it if you think it's going to be promising to your console. But when you put a standard on what type of people you want in your video games, then that kind of holds back creative thought. So the creative thought that they're holding back is feminine women. You cannot have exaggerated body proportions on women. They cannot be too feminine. They have to have male types of personality, male dominance. One cannot be over the other. Everything that they are pushing here is basically feminism. And when you looked at the PS showcase, you did have your beautiful women in that one, but that's because the game is Eastern games. All the games that had the beautiful women, Eastern games. Nothing came out that had a beautiful woman in it was made from the West. And I bet you during that showcase, people didn't care what game it was. They just grabbed it and they're just like, oh yeah, PS is cooking. No, PS is not cooking. Eastern games are cooking. And people need to know the difference between what's Eastern and what's Western so they can help fight back this ideology being pushed in the West, because there's no good games coming out in the West. The only good games that's coming out is basically this game right here. That is Gears of War and Perfect Dark. And even them games look mid. Perfect Dark looks mid. I'm not interested in it. I won't buy that. Gears of War, it's been going down here since Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 was kind of alright, but Gears of War 5, that's when Sweet Baby came in and started injecting all their political bullshit in it. Now we're playing with this shitty, the main protagonist is this woman. Who cares? No one wants to play with this woman. And then, do that entire showcase, it's like, at least they did do Doom right. Hopefully it's just killing and, being Doom. Okay, hopefully that's still the same, but, you can't really trust it until it comes out. We haven't really seen much. But, knowing them, if they had their little claws on it, they would say, we gotta make Doom actually a female going around slaughtering all these demons. But luckily it's not. Hopefully. But that's just a little thing I thought that people need to take into thought. What have you seen in that showcase that has had feminine women in it? And if you have not seen anything in it, then that probably means that Xbox right over on their website where they have for gaming devs to, in order for their game to be published, you have to appease to their type of standards of what women and men should be in these games. And that means basically make the men feminine, which is trans, and make the women manly, which is, feminism, and trans, which is also a part of feminism. And you kind of think about it, since they support this shit. So, and by the way, when I say about trans and feminism is the same thing, that basically means trans people who think like women, they think like the feminists. So if you got men who think like women, and you got women who think like women, and feminism is just basically what they call it. They say that it's to uplift women, but in reality it's not. That's why you got so many trans people turning trans, because being a woman in this society is easy. So that's why you pretty much have, I say, like half the demographic is trans, because if you got this woman movement going around, all they do is uplift women, then obviously some people gonna say, life is too hard. Some men just can't take it. Okay, they want to be little pussies, and so they think that being a woman is gonna be easier for them. It's not, but basically they have the same mindset as the woman. So just think about that for a second. What have you seen in this showcase that showcased a feminine woman? None. If you like the video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, and we'll talk about other shit later.